Hello students, in this video we will study about chlorine, which is a member of P block. In modern periodic table, P block is kept at the right position. It has 6 groups starting from group number 13 and ends with group number 18. Today we are going to discuss about chlorine, which is the second member of group 17. Other members of this group are fluorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. These members are also called as halogens. Halog means salt and chains means producer or former. As these elements are salt producers, they are also called as halogens. Chlorine, which is our main topic, it was first obtained by reaction between MnO2 and HCl. The name chlorine was given by scientist Davy. This word is derived from a Greek word chloros, which means greenish yellow. In nature, chlorine is basically found in combined form in the form of minerals like common salt, carnallite and horn silver. In this video, we will discuss preparation of chlorine, its physical and chemical properties and uses. So, chlorine can be easily prepared in lab by using oxidizing agents or other methods. In the first method, MnO2 is treated with HCl. It will give MnCl2, chlorine and water. In another method, oxidizing agents like KMnO4 or K2Cr2O7 are used to oxidize HCl. In the first case, KMnO4 is used as an oxidizing agent. When it reacts with HCl, it gives KCl, MnCl2, water and chlorine. Here you can see that oxidation state of manganese is +7, which is reduced to +2 in MnCl2. In second case, K2Cr2O7 potassium dichromate is taken as oxidizing agent, and the oxidation number of chromium is here +6, which is reduced to +3 in chromium chloride. That means here K2Cr2O7 is behaving as an oxidizing agent. Next, commercial production of chlorine. On commercial scale, chlorine can be prepared by Dakens process. In this method, HCl is oxidized by atmospheric oxygen using catalyst cupric chloride. It will give chlorine and water. Here O2 is the oxidizing agent. Next is electrolytic process. Electrolysis of brine solution give chlorine gas at anode. As you know, concentrated solution of NaCl, common salt, with water is called as brine solution. When this solution is electrolyzed, it gives sodium ion, chloride ion and water. It gives H+ and OH negative ion. As you know, at anode oxidation occurs. Here chloride ions are converted to chlorine and electrons are released. On the other hand, at cathode reduction occurs. Here hydrogen gas is liberated and NaOH is formed here. Coming to physical properties of chlorine. Chlorine is a greenish yellow gas having suffocating odor. It is heavier than air, about 2.5 times. It is heavier than air. Its boiling point is -34.05 degrees Celsius and its melting point is -101 degrees Celsius. Now chemical properties. Chlorine can easily react with metals and non-metals under certain conditions. Suppose we are taking sodium, it combined with chlorine to give NaCl. Iron can combine with chlorine to give FeCl3, ferric chloride. Aluminium combined with chlorine to give aluminium chloride. Chlorine can also react with non-metals like hydrogen, phosphorus and sulfur, giving hydrogen chloride, PCl3 and disulfur dichloride, S2Cl2. Under normal conditions, chlorine generally do not react with noble gases, nitrogen and oxygen. Next is the reaction of chlorine with ammonia. This reaction is very important from examination point of view. Here we are taking two different conditions. In the first case, ammonia is taken in excess and chlorine is present in limited amount. They will react to give nitrogen and ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride. In the second case, the ammonia is present in limited amount and chlorine is present in excess amount. Then it will give NCl3, nitrogen trichloride, and HCl. It will give nitrogen trichloride and HCl gas. You can remember, when ammonia is taken in excess, nitrogen is released, and when chlorine is taken in excess, NCl3 is formed. Next is the reaction of chlorine with alkali. Generally, alkali are the bases which are soluble in water. Here we are taking alkalis like sodium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. These alkalis can react with chlorine under two different conditions. When we are taking sodium hydroxide in cold and dilute condition, we get sodium chloride, sodium hypochlorite, and water. This is sodium hypochlorite. When we take NaOH in hot and concentrated condition, it will give NaCl, sodium chlorate, and water. Similarly, we can react chlorine with calcium hydroxide, that is also called as slaked lime. Slaked lime. When slaked lime is treated in cold and dilute condition, it will give calcium chloride, calcium hypochlorite, which is also called as bleaching powder. Bleaching powder and water. Here you can see that the oxidation state of chlorine in Cl2 is 0, which is reduced to -1 in calcium chloride and +1 in calcium hypochlorite. That means the same element chlorine is being reduced in calcium chloride. At the same time, it is oxidized to +1 state in calcium hypochlorite. Such type of reaction in which the same element is oxidized as well as reduced is called as disproportionation reaction. This reaction is also called as disproportionation. This is an example of disproportionation reaction. Another case, when we are taking calcium hydroxide in hot and concentrated condition, we will get calcium chloride, calcium chlorate, and water. This is calcium chlorate. Next is oxidizing nature of chlorine. As we know, chlorine is a good oxidizing agent. It can oxidize iron in acidic medium to Fe3+3 state. In ferrous sulfate in FeSO4, it is ferrous sulfate. When it reacts with chlorine in acidic medium, it is oxidized to ferric sulfate. Here the oxidation state of iron is +3. This is ferric sulfate. In the second case, SO2 is oxidized to sulfuric acid. Here the oxidation state of sulfur is +4, which is being oxidized to +6 in sulfuric acid, and chlorine, it is reduced to -1 oxidation state. Here chlorine is behaving as an oxidizing agent. In the next case, sodium sulfite, when treated with H2 and chlorine, it gives sodium sulfate and HCl. In the next case, iodine reacts with chlorine in the presence of water to give HCl and iodic acid. HiO3 is also called as iodic acid. In this case also you can see that oxidation state of iodine is 0 here, and which is reduced to which is oxidized to +5 in HiO3, and chlorine is reduced in this case. Here chlorine is oxidizing agent. Next reaction is bleaching action of chlorine. Chlorine react with water to give a mixture of HCl and HOCl. HCl is hydrogen chloride and HOCl is hypochlorous chloride. It is called as hypochlorous chloride. This hypochlorous chloride is highly unstable. It decomposes to give HCl and nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is highly reactive and it can oxidize a colored substance into colorless substance, and the process is called as bleaching. It can be noted that the bleaching process, which is occurring through oxidation process, is a permanent bleaching. It is a permanent bleaching. That means once a colored substance is decolorized, it will not regain its color. Whereas on the other hand, sometimes bleaching is also done by sulfur dioxide. It also converts a colored substance into a colorless substance. But this bleaching is not permanent. It is a temporary bleaching, because the process involved here is the process of reduction. And whenever oxygen combined with this colorless substance, it will again regain its natural color. So this is a temporary bleaching. Chlorine can react with hydrocarbons in the presence of sunlight to form alkyl halides and HCl. As you already studied in class 11, that the mechanism of halogenation is free radical halogenation. When methane react with chlorine, it will form methyl chloride and HCl. Similarly, ethane can react with chlorine to form ethyl chloride and HCl. These hydrogen atoms can be replaced or substituted by chlorine atom one by one. Here sunlight is used for cleavage of the bond present between the chlorine and chlorine atoms. Now some important uses of chlorine. As we know, chlorine is very important for industrial purposes and all other purposes. It is used as a bleaching agent for paper industry, for rayon and for cotton fabrics. Another use of chlorine is that it is used as a good oxidizing agent. It is also used for the preparation of dyes, different types of drugs, carbon tetrachloride, chloroform or DDT. DDT is dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. It is also used as an insecticide. Chlorine is also used for sterilization of water. It kills the harmful bacteria which are present in the water. Again, it is also used for the preparation of some poisonous gases like phosgene, tear gas and mustard gas. At last, I would like to mention some important points of this video which are generally asked in the examinations. First is the type of reaction of chlorine with sodium hydroxide under different conditions like hot and concentrated NaOH, or we can take cold and dilute NaOH. Similarly, ammonia react with chlorine under different conditions that you can remember. Another type of question which is asked is disproportionation reaction. Here you can mention the reaction of NaOH or calcium hydroxide with chlorine. And the last another topic which is generally asked is bleaching action of chlorine. Here it is asked that why the bleaching which is occurring through chlorine is a permanent bleaching. Here you can explain the mechanism of oxidation of oxidation and involvement of nascent oxygen on a colored substance to convert it into a colorless substance. These were the main points about the chlorine. I hope you would like this video. Thanks for watching.